over 60 and think it's too late to build muscle. Not a chance. These 5 simple home moves need no equipment. And in 30 days, you'll feel stronger, taller, and pain-free. Let's start together. You can do this. What if your body after 60 wasn't breaking down? It was just waiting for the right instructions. We've all been told that aging means weakness, loss, and decline. That muscles fade, balance falters, and independence slips away like sand through our fingers. But what if that story is outdated? What if your body is still listening? In just the last year, research out of Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins has rewritten everything we thought we knew about senior fitness. You can rebuild strength after 60 faster and more effectively than anyone believed possible. And no, it doesn't require a gym, expensive trainers, or exhausting routines. In this video, I'll show you 5 familiar movements through a completely new lens, one which focuses on longevity, balance, and brain health. You'll learn how each of those exercises impacts your body in ways you've probably never thought of, from how your muscles talk to your brain to how posture affects mood and memory. By the end, you won't just have a workout, you'll have a roadmap back to confidence, stability, and vitality at any age. Comment below with your name and where you are watching from before we get started. I love hearing from you. Let's start. Picture yourself standing tall beside a sturdy chair, placing your hand lightly on its backrest, taking a breath and lifting one knee slowly toward your chest. It sounds simple, but in that small moment, something quite powerful is happening. You are not just training your legs, you are retraining your brain. Every lift reawakens the hip flexor reflex arc, the neural pathway that keeps you stable when you trip, step off a curb, or lose balance. Over time, that reflex slows unless you train it. But studies from Boston University show that older adults who practice controlled knee lifts daily reduce their fall risk by over 40%. This is more than just strength training. It is reaction training for the nervous system. It is your body remembering how to protect you to do it correctly. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart, shoulders relaxed. Lightly rest one hand on a counter or chair for balance. Slowly lift one knee without jerking. 3 seconds up. Hold for 2, then lower for 3. Feel the engagement in your muscles. Press your standing foot into the ground, tighten your glute, and breathe steadily. Do 3 sets of 8 per leg to begin with. If you get stronger, reduce hand support. Lift a bit higher, or add small circles at the top to challenge coordination. You are not going for fatigue here. You want to be precise, in control, and quick. Next, lie on your back, bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath and press your lower back gently into the ground. Now push through your heels and lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes at the top, holding for 2 seconds, then slowly lower. This simple bridge exercise does more than build your backside. It supports your spine, improves posture, and increases blood flow to your brain. According to studies out of UCLA, regular engagement of the glutes optimizes pelvic alignment, increases circulation, and even heightens short-term memory and concentration. The thing is, when your posture improves, your brain works better too. The body and mind are in continuous dialogue, so take that lift as a reminder. Strength begins with the ground up. It is not just physical, it is neurological. You don't need intensity, you need intention. 5 simple, mindful movements, done daily, will rebuild your foundation and remind your body what it is capable of. Lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from knees to shoulders. Hold that position for a slow count of 3, feeling the squeeze in your glutes. Then lower your hips back down over 4 seconds. Don't drop. Control the movement. Perform 3 sets of 12 repetitions, resting for about a minute between sets. For better activation, do 5 small, mini bridges, lifting your hips just an inch or 2 before starting your first full set. That primes the glute muscles and may increase engagement by almost half. As you get stronger, add difficulty. Hold the bridge longer. Lift one leg or loop a resistance band over your thighs. Every repetition isn't just about strength. It's about rebuilding the communication line between your lower body and your brain. Now let's go to the next exercise. Chair squats. They're more than a leg workout. They retrain how your brain and body sense space. That ability, called proprioception, fades quietly as we age. It's the reason stairs start to feel uncertain, or why uneven sidewalks suddenly seem more treacherous. Chair squats help reverse that decline. When you move from sitting to standing, you reactivate the sensors in your hips, knees, and ankles that tell your brain where you are and how to move safely. A 2023 study from Stanford showed that daily chair squats among seniors increased leg strength by more than 30%, and also quickened reaction times, smoothing walking patterns and improving balance. This movement rebuilds confidence. Imagine being able to walk through a crowded room or step over your dog without hesitation. That's what control feels like. Here is how to do it. First, position a sturdy chair behind you, one that puts your knees at a right angle when you sit. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, your toes turned out slightly. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward for balance. Push your hips back as if you were closing a car door, and lower down slowly until your glutes just graze the chair. Don't collapse onto it. Lightly touch, then press through your heels to return to standing. Do 3 sets of 8 reps, resting a minute between sets. During the first set, try the hip hinge with your back to a wall, gently tapping your glutes to get a sense of the movement. When you are ready, add a light weight at your chest or hold a brief pause at the bottom. With each repetition, you are teaching your body to move not just stronger, but smarter. Next, let's talk about the resistance band rows. Picture how often we spend the day bent forward. At the computer, the phone, the dinner table. That forward slump sends signals to your brain that influence more than posture. It can affect your breathing, emotions, even heart rate. Rows are your reset button. They strengthen your upper back, open your chest, and literally lift your energy. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that by improving posture through pulling exercises, such as rows, the lung capacity of older adults increases, heart rate improves, and stress hormones decrease. Upright posture opens up your rib cage, so your lungs can fill fully and your mind can clear. And yes, standing taller changes how you feel, more confident, more alive, more like yourself. To do them, sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat. Loop a resistance band around your feet and hold an end in each hand, palms facing inward. Roll your shoulders back and down first. This sets your posture. Now, pull the band by driving your elbows straight behind you, as if you are squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Hold for 2 seconds, then return slowly over 3 or 4. Do 3 sets of 12 reps, resting briefly between. Do 10 shoulder blade squeezes before your first set to wake up your back muscles. As you get stronger, sit slightly farther back to increase band tension or switch to a thicker band. This movement is more than muscle work. It is emotional reset. Every pull opens your chest, expanded breath, and sends a message to your brain that you are not shrinking, but standing tall again. And now to the final exercise, modified planks on your knees. Hold your core, hold your confidence. Most exercises work your muscles superficially. The modified plank, when done correctly, goes deeper. It strengthens the internal foundation that holds your body and your confidence together. The key player is the transverse abdominis, your body's natural weight belt. When this muscle is engaged, it keeps your spine stable, your balance steady, and even supports bladder control, a quiet issue that affects millions over 60. But that is not all, for planks also engage the pelvic floor, which is an important network connected with posture, core strength, and continence. A 2024 Harvard Street UD has found that doing daily modified planks resulted in improving pelvic floor endurance by nearly 40%, thus helping participants in gaining better control of their bodies and lives. This isn't just a matter of a stronger core. It is about trust, the kind of confidence that lets you laugh freely, sneeze without fear, and move without hesitation. How to do it? Find a soft surface, such as a yoga mat or carpet. Start on your hands and knees. Lower onto your forearms, elbows under your shoulders, forearms parallel. Walk your knees back until your body forms a straight line from head to knees. Engage your core by drawing your navel gently toward your spine. As if you were zipping up snug pants, keep your neck neutral, eyes on the floor, and hold for 15 to 30 seconds, breathing smoothly. Do 3 reps, resting half a minute between. Increase by 5 seconds each week or raise one arm for added difficulty. To start, practice breathing with your core braced. Place one hand on your stomach and one on your chest and try to breathe without your belly rising. It is quiet work, but foundational. You are not just holding a position. You are holding on to freedom, dignity, and resilience. Real-world advice from an expert. Make movement work for you. More than 2 decades of working with older adults have taught me that your body doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency and compassion. These 5 exercises are powerful, but their benefits multiply when paired with realistic, everyday habits. First, don't stint on protein. After 60, you need roughly 25 to 30% more protein than you did in your 30s just to maintain muscle. Get about 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. If you weigh 150 pounds, that is about 105 grams a day. Perhaps eggs for breakfast, yogurt as a snack, chicken or beans at lunch, and cottage cheese or a shake before bed. Second, never underestimate sleep. This is where your body does the repair, not during the workout. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night and create a bedtime routine that is low key. And finally, listen to your body, but don't let fear be the thing to hold you back. Mild soreness is growth. Sharp or unusual pain means adjust or pause. Movement isn't about chasing fitness. It is about protecting independence, confidence, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. You are not just adding exercise, you are adding vitality, strength, and years of ability to your story. Conclusion: what you have just practiced is not an exercise. It is a declaration. You never lost your strength. It only needed to be stirred once more. Every movement is more than muscle. It is about the revitalization of the parts inside you that you thought you lost along the way. Your balance, your posture, your confidence, your joy. You show something very powerful. No matter your age, you can rebuild, rewire, and rise again. Every mindful rep is a step away from fear, away from fragility, away from sitting on the sidelines of your own life. So let me ask, what will you start today? Share your answer below. Someone else might need that spark to begin. Because when one of us rises, we all rise. And today, you've already started stronger, steadier, and braver than before. One breath, one rep, one choice at a time.